No need to be alarmed, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos do not have another Sheamar Stewart situation developing in the Mile High City. At least, I don't think so. The Denver Broncos have just 11 days until rookies report for training camp, and they have signed all of their draft picks to their rookie deals. That is, all except two. Their top two draft picks, Jade Baron and RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey not signing his deal can be easily explained. Only two second-round rookies in the NFL this year have signed their rookie deals. Carson Schwezinger of the Cleveland Browns and Jaden Higgins of the Houston Texans, the top two second-round rookies. They were given fully guaranteed deals right off the bat just a couple of days after the draft, and that threw the entire NFL for a loop. First-round contracts in the NFL are fully guaranteed, or at least they're supposed to be. We'll talk about that in a second. But second-round contracts have never been fully guaranteed, and now we have the Browns and the Texans setting that precedent, and naturally, the NFL Players Association reached out to agents of every single second-round rookie, basically having them demand that that be the new norm. So now, agents of all of these second-round rookies are going to these teams and saying, hey, those two guys got fully guaranteed deals. My client better also get a fully guaranteed deal. So this is going to be something that's probably going to stretch into training camp. The good news is RJ Harvey has been participating in practice for the Denver Broncos, and if this goes into training camp, I imagine that will continue. Both he and Jade Baron have been practicing under protection agreements where in the event that they get injured, they're still going to be financially protected and they will still get the same amount of money that they would have previously. So at the end of the day, it's a fair compromise, and it's also why I don't think the Jade Baron situation is the next Sheamar Stewart situation, because Sheamar Stewart has a completely different set of circumstances that he's dealing with in Cincinnati, where the Bengals are basically trying to completely reset how first-round contracts are guaranteed. The Bengals are trying to insert a clause into Sheamar Stewart's contract that says that they can void his guaranteed money if Sheamar Stewart makes one mistake, either on the field or off the field, if Stewart gets benched or if Stewart has some sort of off-the-field incident and ends up getting cut because of it. His guaranteed money can be voided out. And honestly, I feel like that sets a precedent for the rest of the first-round rookies in the NFL, and Sheamar Stewart does not want to be that guinea pig. His agent has told him that that's a bad idea. The NFL Players Association has told him that's a bad idea. And Sheamar Stewart, by his own intellect, seems like a very smart guy, and he can tell on his own that this does not seem like a fair deal and that he's kind of getting screwed over. Sheamar Stewart was a player who had some work ethic questions coming out of the draft, but that doesn't mean that he shouldn't get the same guarantees and the same protections as every other first-round rookie in the NFL. Now, there are no indications that the Denver Broncos are trying to pull that same crap over with Jade Baron. Jade Baron is a guy who is a high-character player who is known for his high motor and his elite work ethic. Those were his biggest qualities coming out of the draft, so there's not even a reason for Jade to have that type of clause in his deal, and his agent hasn't made any noise about that. And I want to talk about Baron's agent for a second here. His agent is the same agent that represents Deshaun Watson and Jalen Ramsey and a bunch of other players who have gotten these massive deals. Obviously, Deshaun Watson got the most guaranteed money in NFL history at the time, after a litany of off-the-field incidents. We're not going to discuss that in this video, but Jade Baron, well, both of their agents, that agent is not messing around here. He is somebody who's going to fight for every single guaranteed penny, and even though first-round contracts are guaranteed fully, the structure of it can be a little bit wonky and a little bit weird, and that is why I imagine Jade Baron has not signed his deal yet. We're just waiting here basically until training camp comes, and all Broncos reporters have indicated that Baron's going to sign his deal. So I am not concerned whatsoever about it. I imagine once Baron reports for training camp, it will get done. It's not going to get done before then because the Broncos just aren't in the building right now. George Paton, Sean Payton, all those guys are in Cancun or wherever the hell they are for summer vacation. This is kind of the time of the year where they get to sit back and wind down, and I imagine it's not going to be another week or so before they even get to the building themselves. So I don't anticipate anything getting done before we get to training camp, but after training camp starts, especially after the rookies get there, that's when I imagine we're going to see some movement here with the Jade Baron deal. I do not believe that we're going to see immediate movement with RJ Harvey. It's kind of like one giant game of chicken. Who's going to blink first? Which second round pick is going to sign their deal first? And for all we know, it could be Harvey, but we're just kind of waiting around to see what happens with these second round deals, because it doesn't seem like the rest of the NFL teams want to waver and give in to these demands and give fully guaranteed deals to second round picks. I'm all for it because I'm pro player, but I can see how these stingy owners don't want to operate that way. And I can also see it obviously from the players' perspective and why they feel like these two guys got it, why shouldn't we get it as well? So, yeah, man, we're going to see what happens there with RJ Harvey. Who's going to be the first second-round player to blink? We'll find out in due time. But if I had to guess right now, I would say that Jade Baron will probably sign his deal before RJ Harvey does. But I think both of them are ultimately going to get signed before we get started with the regular season. Alright guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell. And let me know in the comment section below, guys, how concerned are you about Baron and Harvey not signing their deals? And which one of them do you imagine is going to get done first? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Before we get out of here, guys, I want to tell you about the affiliate partner for today's video, Green Gridiron Helmets. Use code DENSYN, DENSYN, link in the description below to save off your first purchase on authentic NFL helmets. From small replicas like this one behind me to full-size authentic helmets, they have it all. Again, that is code DENSYN, DENSYN, link in the description below to save off your first purchase from Green Gridiron Helmets. Thank you so much to them. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.